No mic. But there's a mic now. What's up, y'all? Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back to the most ambient channel on the internet. No mic, Chris? Still? Still? Yeah. Of course there's a mic. Sorry about that. Must hit something on my stream deck. Whoop whoop, there we go. Cool. How y'all doing out there? It is a soon-to-be stormy day here in the Bay Area. And I'm getting ready to buckle down. But I thought I would come on here and do a Space Ambient tutorial live. Right here for y'all. Sorry about the technical issues on the broadcast on the way in, but that's why you guys are here. You guys are here to keep me on my toes. So cheers to all of you, all 99% of my boys out there. And my 1% ladies. Shout out to the ladies. Let's roll a red carpet out for them. Lay down some rose petals. Good to see y'all. I'm so stoked to be here. Man, there's a lot of people in the house. I love these. I love these Saturday live streams. I'm really getting used to it. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's checking in. FX Hoffman, top of the chat. What's up, man? Alex Ringus is in the house. Mark Uberhall, how you doing? Landworker's here. AnnaMotion is in the house. Man, she is talented. Oh my goodness. Y'all should hear her in the science circle. Oh my God, that was epic. Speaking of epic, AWA Epic Music is here. What's up, man? Tyranny Beauty says, what's up? Rob Lasante voted the best fan by John Audio and Signs of Life. What's up, Rob? Jack Vandersleen, hello. DJ John God, what's up, man? Garen M is in the house, checking in from Westminster, Maryland, dude. Hey, what's up? Helical Coil from Germany, yo. Michael R is here, hello from north of Germany. Katya is here, how's it going? 45-minute wait, well, sorry about that. Greetings from Florida. Tim Guba, what's up, dude? AI Supercharge, hi from Italy, yeah, that's what's up. Dude, they released the Apple Vision Pro here, right in the Cupertino, right around the corner from me. And yeah, now we're in a new AI world. Pretty exciting. The world of spatial computing has started. Morning from Australia. What's up, dude? It must be early morning there for you. Cheers. Welcome to the day. Heavy Cap is here. Paul Maki is here. Chimera is here, reminding me I have no voice, but now I do. APS 808, or what's up, man? It's good to see you guys. Barry Swan is here. Man, Synchrotron's in the house, checking in from England. My Nightbot is here, thank goodness. Venom Destroyer, finally. Lenart is here. What's up, man? Anti-Tirade, what's up, dude? A lot of German folks in here. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Guten Tag. I'm happy. Happy that you're all here. All right. Well, I think we got a quorum. I think we got a group. So here's what we're gonna do. I thought about this all week. We're going to do a live Space Ambient tutorial. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna create the presets live, we're gonna create the project live, and then I'm gonna put the project and the presets on Patreon after the show. I think that's reasonable. So if you are on Patreon, be patient. I'm gonna dial in the presets, you know, fix some things, and then drop the whole thing on Patreon after this is over. So wait a bit, you know, like 30 minutes to an hour off. I gotta collect myself. Anyway. Outside of that, you know, you guys know I use like Valhalla Delay, I use like Pro R2, like you don't have to have that. What I'm gonna do is replace the effects that I use here on stream with just stock Ableton effects. So if you have Ableton Live, great, cool. I'll also put the presets in a separate file, so if you don't use Ableton Live, you can still download the presets, all right? I think that's also fair too, so. Anyway, Yeah? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? All right, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna go, give me a second while I set up a new project. Okay, so it's gonna go no music for a minute. But now that we got my voice on tap and everything, I just wanna make sure we're all good, all right? So music's gonna stop. By the way, the music that you were just hearing was from a recent tutorial that was dropped on Patreon earlier in the week called Better Ambient Textures. That was a really cool tutorial. So those of you who in the ambient tutorials tier can catch that live now. All right, let me get my streaming plugin in here and we'll test this out. Here we go, local broadcast. We're going synths. Okay, let's just give a test here. And I will switch over to our Ableton view in just a second. Hold on for a moment. Let me get I just want to make sure we're all good on the technical side. It's technical side before we start. So let's go. We're gonna put a pad through a reverb. All right. Okay. Now put that through that. A restream. There we go. You guys should hear that. You guys should be hearing that. And it looks like you are. Okay, check 1, 2, great. So, that being said, let's get into it. All right, so, there we go. You guys can hear that? Can you guys hear that? Is that cool? Is that cool? All right, let's play in B minor here today. And yeah, all right, so I've got guess what? I've got a PowerPoint. I got a PowerPoint. So we're gonna do this. Let's do this. It's gonna be the Space Ambient track tutorial here. And I'm excited for you guys to join me. Thank you for being here. As always, you know, this channel is powered by Patreon. So if you wanna get in on the projects or the presets that I'm gonna be creating today, check out the Patreon, link is down below in the description. And if you're new to producing, like I said in the, in the chat link down there, Anomaly 3 is a great place to start. You can check out the whole Anomaly series on Material. PowerPoint. I can't say that because I think PowerPoint is a copyrighted word, but we're on PowerPoint here. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do today. We are going to start with a space ambient drone. And the initial drone layer, we're going to build a textural foundation for our track to expand upon. And what you want to do with the initial drone layers, you don't want to crowd the frequencies. So for this task, what's very interesting, we're going to do, I've never started a tutorial like this, but I thought it might be fun. For this task, we're actually going to use Ableton's wavetable, all right? But the whole idea behind the initial drone layer is just to get something going to kind of swirl the frequencies, kind of bring yourself into presence, so to say. You know, when I start meditating or something, I try to put something on to kind of get myself in the zone, right? And so when you start a space ambient track, you kind of want to do the same thing. Just excite the senses, get yourself going, get a nice initial foundation. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial portion of this. I'm gonna put you guys over here and let's go ahead and start teaching. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to instruments and we're gonna go wavetable, all right? And this wavetable, because I'm using wavetable, it's gonna be included in the project file, all right? For those of you guys who have that, okay? Because wavetable is Ableton exclusive, of course. So what I'm gonna do is grab a raw wavetable from here. We'll grab this one. And yeah, let's go ahead and just start playing. Like I said, I'm playing in B minor for those of you who are following at home. First things first, let's set our tempo down to around 77 beats per minute. And yeah, let's go ahead and, all right, cool. So Ableton's wavetable, if you don't know, Ableton's wavetable is an extremely powerful piece of kit. I like it because it really does cover a lot of like sonic ground that I enjoy. And it's really flexible and there's a lot to it. So it might look basic, but it's really not. So anyway, what we have here is of course the wavetable. We can move the position by going like this, just sliding up and down. Right, just like that. And what we're gonna do is just gonna pull the filter down on the frequency right here, okay? And we're gonna, of course, set our ADSR, which is right here. We have 3 envelopes, 2 LFOs. So our A is gonna be set around 4.5 seconds. Our D is gonna be set around maybe 5 seconds, maybe 4.5. Make the sustain just like that. You can adjust these curves right here if you want to. Make them a little more convex. There we go. All right. All right, there we go, cool. So we got our initial, drone moving. Now let's go over to the modulation section. We have an LFO right here. Now what you can do is click this little tiny note right there, and that equals sync rate modulation. So we can sync it up to like 8/1 or 4/1. I like 8/1. Now, how do you modulate this? Because you can't drag and drop like you can in Vital. You can't drag and drop like you can in Serum. So what you do is you come over to the matrix. And because I've touched this whole say the position right here, right? If I come over to the matrix, it says oscillator 1's position is now active in the matrix, right? So what I do is I come to LFO and I just kind of match the position to the LFO, and I'm gonna increase that amount. So now you can see that we're now moving on our frequencies over here, all right? Okay? I can adjust that, right? Okay, cool. Looking good, looking good. So now we have a nice slow LFO that's moving our position, all right? We can go ahead and lower this down. Now it sounds a bit thin. It sounds a bit thin, right? We'll get there, all right? Over here on the right-hand side, you can see that we have a unison section right here. So we can have unison. There's, 6 different forms of unison: classic, shimmer, noise, phase sync, random note. I actually like random note. It's kind of a different one. Kind of different from your standard unison. Add some more voices here, lower the amount down. That could be nice. Okay. Right? And what we can also do is use that same LFO that we created over here, come back to mod sources, and we use that same LFO to alter the filter frequency. Now, to get that filter frequency to show up on the matrix, you touch the filter frequency, come back to the matrix, and look, there it is right there, filter 1's frequency, right? So now we're moving some frequency, we got this, okay? Now again, it still sounds kind of thin. Well, that's where the sub oscillator comes in, all right? We have 2 oscillators and 1 sub oscillator. So if the sub oscillator is over here, we click sub, right? We're gonna click sub and check this out. Boom, instant gravity, right? Lower down the gain a little bit. You can adjust the tone. Okay? Now we're rolling, okay? So we got a little filter motion, we got some wavetable motion, right? And this is all without effects. But what's next, right? What's left? What's left that you can do here? Well, you can see down at the bottom here, we have different warp modes, much as you would find like in Vital or Serum or something like that. You have like spectral distortion modes, that kind of thing. So we have how many different warp modes? 1, 2, 3 different warp modes: FM, classic, or modern, right? So we're gonna choose maybe the modern warp mode. We're gonna touch this, and as you can see, right in the matrix, oscillator 1's warp showed up right here in the matrix. All right. Now what we can do is we can use a second LFO here, in a different shape. All right, we can use a different shape. So we can say, all right, let's go maybe triangle, okay? And we'll go like 1/1. That's cool. Come back over to the matrix and we will use, there we go. You see that? So now we're warping it in space and we're moving the wavetable, all right? Very cool. It might be cool to like say, all right, well, we could use a sample and hold here and up the rate. Your mileage may vary, right? That also sounds good. Well, let's go with triangle and we'll go with 1/1. I like that. Cool. All right. Now, like I said, I'm going to add the effects in Ableton for those of you who are downloading the project file as stock effects, but I'm gonna use, of course, my dotted 1/8 note delay here. We have a dotted 1/8 note dual delay, and we also have a Pro R2 with one of the presets from Cinematic Space right here. Okay, let's go ahead and add those through Send Effects. And your moment of ambient bliss has started. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and jam on this for a second, and let's go back to our PowerPoint, all right? So our initial drone layer was just built from Ableton Wavetable. And you saw that it's about motion, proper filtering, adding a little bit of unison, a little bit of warp. It's just the basic things, right? As long as you have your initial ADSR set up properly, you're in business, all right? It's not too much more than that. I don't want you to complicate the process. I don't want you to overthink it. You know, it's really just about using basic tools in basic ways to create good, solid foundations, right? So I'm just jamming in B minor here. Again, that filter is moving, right? We didn't even get into like the second oscillator on Wavetable. We could. So now let's go back and lay down the notes. All right, let's lay down the notes. It's really complicated moving from chat to you guys, and I'm just gonna teach the class. You guys can pick up with it later, all right? All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and come back over to arrangement view here. We're gonna go over to arrangement view, and let's go ahead and lay this in. So we're gonna call this Wavetable pad. We're gonna call Wavetable pad. All right, cool. And again, that will be included with the project file over there on Patreon. We'll make a 65 bar MIDI clip, a big old mamma jamma. And we're gonna go like this. We're gonna change the color, all right? And let's go ahead and record this from scratch. Why not, all right? Why not? Here we go, ready? We're gonna call MIDI overdub. Actually, not session overdub. We're gonna call this MIDI overdub. Ready? Here we go. Ooh, you know what we could do? You know what we could do? We just recalled that. That was pretty cool. What we could do is we could come in and we could do the trick. Do you guys know the trick? Okay, the trick is you hit the headphone button right here, right? And you make the chord shapes you want to make, okay? You make the chord shapes you want to make, and then you hit the right button. Ah? You see that? And then we can say, all right, cool. I'm just holding the right arrow, right arrow, just like that. I'm just holding it. It's almost like fast forwarding, you know, real-time recording and fast forward. That's a total hack. But it works. It totally works. Okay? So again, you have to hit the headphone button right here and then hold your keys down on the keyboard, hold the right arrow, and it will draw that. Now that's dependent. You could do that even faster if you change the fixed grid. If you change the fixed grid to 1 bar, it's gonna go chunk, 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 and it's just gonna give you 1 bar of MIDI every single time. But I was doing on 1/16, so it kind of sets the speed, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was kind of cool, huh? I like that, I like that. All right, we live now, we live. All right, cool. Let's turn this up. Let's adjust our template here. There we go. It's already in the pad bus, very good. I like this, I like this. This is good. All right, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. We got our initial drone layer out now. We're setting a textural foundation. Don't crowd the frequencies. Notice that I mentioned that, and I pulled that filter way back on the wavetable, and we have plenty of room to expand here, all right? So I always try to just lay a good ground foundation before I get all crazy with the whirl, you know, the you know what I'm saying? Like all that other stuff will come after the fact once I've kind of just laid my initial foundation down, all right? Cool. Let's check in with you guys. Got lots of people in the house. Nice. Funny thing, I spent all my morning sound designing on Ambient soundscape for a background drone. Nice. Well, that's how it goes, man. PowerPoints do help me understand a bit better. Very good. Which free lightweight software can you recommend? Lightweight? Don't really know what you mean by that. Vital's a great place to start. Surge XT, VCV Rack. Those are all good. All right. Catching up to start and finish whenever I can. Very good. Thank you, Inner Harmony. Appreciate that. That's time-saving signs of life. Cool tip. Nice vibrations. You got a head start. All right, cool. Let's move on. Let's move on to our second layer now. All right. Our next layer is going to be the base drone layer, the supporting layer to the foundation. All right. Subtle movement brings the best results. So we're going to lay down the foundation now. Now we're really going to like lay this down gravity-wise. All right. And hang with me, we're getting somewhere, all right? So let's go ahead and name this base drone layer. All right, and for this task, we're of course going to use Vital, all right? So let's go ahead and grab Vital here. All right, go ahead and design something in Vital real quick. Let's go ahead and loop that. There we go, cool. Now, of course, we want, you know, something bassy, but have a little bit of movement here, all right? So go ahead and grab a wavetable. This is from that new Patreon pack I just released this morning. Let's go ahead and grab this one. The Signs Wavetable series. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I always try to give you guys the freshest wavetables. I always try to give you the freshest stuff, you know what I'm saying? The dopest stuff goes on Patreon. All right, we're gonna lower it down to 1 octave each, okay? And add some unison here. 3 voices of unison, lower down. 3 voices of unison, lower down. There we go. I'll come over to the advanced tab over here and we'll grab a random. We'll do some table spreading, okay? Somebody told me, I wanna test this out. Let's go ahead and delete this modulation. Somebody told me that if you shift and drag, it comes in as bipolar. He is correct. Wow, what a time saver that is. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So he left this on a comment. So shout out to the guy who left this on a comment. If you hold shift and drag a modulation anywhere in Vital, it comes in as bipolar. Bingo! That's so cool, man. Thank you for that, whoever you are. That's just the power of the community, you know what I'm saying? All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and play a note here. Very good, very good, very good. I like it. We'll use our random, the random is synced here, okay? We have a synced random at 1/1 with the per lin mode, all right? And we'll use that to move our filter as well. It's also moving the table spread on both ends here. There we go. Right, a little spectral spread there as well. That's good. All right. Adjust the filter to taste. I think the filter is really key here, okay? So you want to make sure that your filter is nice and dialed in. You know what I'm saying? Add a little bit of reverb. Okay. You can also do this internally on the synth, right? So we can come here, multi-band compressor. A little longer attack, a little longer release. All right. On the EQ, just watch your EQ. Use it like a spectral analyzer, you know. See what's what. Okay. Add a little bit of reverb. For those of you who are just down in the presets, download the presets. Golden rule of reverb. As I mentioned in a blog post recently. Long decay, big size, low mix. Golden rule of reverb. All right. And we good, fam, we good. Now, what we can also do is we could separate out the two oscillators here. We can also put some movement in there. Let's also use that random to put some movement in here. Okay. So we could do like a little bit of separate, you know, because right now we're all under one filter, but we could do it under two. So check this out. Lower the level down, make this filter 2, okay? High pass. Yeah, or a notch. We could do a notch. That might be cool. Yeah. That might be neat. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Okay? And if you don't want under the same one, use a separate one. You can play with like, you know what I'm saying? I like to mess around. I like to mess around. Sync it up. 1/1. There we go. All right. We're good. We good. We good. The trick, again, the trick. 8 bars. Watch this, okay? We're gonna go 8 bars, lay our note down, hit the headphone button, right. Boom, done. That's right. Producer hacks. Love them. All right. This is sounding good. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. All right. So our initial drone layer is now created. Supporting layer to your foundation, subtle movement brings the best results. That base drone layer could even have a little bit of slower movement. The random one could be at 2/1. That might work better. I like that. I like that. Let's check in with you guys. This wavetable is dope and looking forward to this. Merkaba Universe, what's up, man? We just got started. We just got started. Itinerant Ghost is here. Heiko Elswick says, I watched one of your Hive 2 videos in the last days, really helped understand the synth a bit more. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. I highly recommend you check out my boy John Audio's channel as well. John Audio is my co-host. Tomorrow, by the way, let me announce this right now. Tomorrow, we have a new podcast coming out on Harmonic Horizons, and it is like advice for beginning producers. I go in tomorrow, and it's no guest, it's just me and John. You're gonna love this. So if you are subscribed to our Harmonic Horizons YouTube channel, you're gonna be set up with that episode. If you subscribe to us on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, it's gonna be it's a badass episode. I love it. And for those of you who are on Patreon, I got a Beyond the Horizon for you. That's after the show. It's super dope. Anyway, I'm super excited about tomorrow. So stay tuned for tomorrow's episode coming at ya. All right, let's see who's out this year. Waveform's here. What's up, man? Good head start on me. Thinking Metropolis or Metropolex. Some interesting oscillators. That might be cool. 36 Ghost says, nice vibrations. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Is this a live stream or a premiere? This is live, dude. This is live. Hyro from LA, what's up, man? Vento Cosmico. Hey, how you doing, man? My friend Hyro. Hope to catch up with you soon, man. It's been a while. All right, cool. So we got our nice foundation going, all right? Let's go back to the tutorial. It's good to check in with you guys. All right, so let's save this preset. It would be remiss of me not to save the preset because, okay, we're gonna call this Space Ambient Tutorial Live 01 VA Gateway. Boom. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Boom. All right. Done. Okay. Now, let's go in on some sequences. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. All right. So we got our initial drone layer. Like I said, didn't crowd the frequencies. We got our base drone layer. We'll go analyze this with the spectrum analyzer in just a second. And now what we're gonna do is we are going to sequences 1 and 2 of various textures, speeds that don't clash with one another. Listen, we're making space ambient today. We're not making chill ambient. We're not making drone. we're making space ambient, all right? So our number one goal is to trip everyone out, to make the listener feel like they're entering an environment that is unique in and of itself, all right? And one of the ways that, you know, I like to do it, that Martin likes to do it, that we like to do it in Ascendant, is really like have different sequences that sort of feel like they're coming from the same universe, but they're complementary, all right? This is also one of the secrets of Berlin School, right? So if you follow the Berlin School method, or you like do a lot of Berlin School stuff, like you have to make the sequences feel like they're of the same source, right? But at the same time, they have different textures and different timbres that like kind of like make them feel like but they're not completely separate. Because if you completely separate them out, like have a square wave with some weird sine thing or something like that, it just doesn't work, right? But what I also like to do is I also like to vary up the speeds. So I like to say, all right, here's an 8th note sequence, here's a 16th note sequence, maybe even here's a quarter note sequence and a 32 note sequence. I like to change the speeds so they don't run over each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do right here, right now, all right? So let's go ahead and start creating some sequences. You guys know how I like to do it. We use this tool right here. If you don't know what this tool is, this is my favorite tool for sequencing. And it's in the description of all my videos, all right? So again, we're playing in B minor here today, so we're gonna go up to B3 and put it on minor. Now, what I like to start is I like to start with an 8th note sequence, all right? Something very simple, okay? And what I like to do, a trick that you can do in Stepic, if you don't know if you don't know as many tricks as, you know, I don't know. There's so many good videos out there on Stepic, myself included. I've made tons of great videos on this product. But what I like to do is I like to make like a sequence. I like to make like a sequence, all right? And then instead of randomizing it, I like to randomize the octaves. So it gives it like a chance that one of the notes in the sequence is gonna be an octave higher. And that could be any of the notes, but the notes are going to consistently kind of remain the same throughout the entire sequence. So think about that. The purple dice means there's no possibility it's gonna repeat. The green dice means it might repeat, which is cool. What we want is the purple dice. And so what we're also gonna do is hit this button right here, it says RAND, and that's gonna turn into a percentage. Now we can fire off percentage points on how it's a percentage chance of it being off. I wanna make that clear. So this is the off percentage, right? So the off percentage could be like 10%, 35, 50% over here, 25%, this might not even fire. You know, there's like different ways you can do this, all right? Just go ahead and experiment, play around. You can also put some of these notes as continuous. That's also a cool thing to do, all right? So now that we got our sequence all set up, let's all go ahead and adjust the velocity, randomize the velocity. Or not, but I like randomized velocity. That's cool, okay? We're gonna turn off Stepic and we're gonna go ahead and build a sequence, all right? Just like we did in the Chill Ambient tutorial, okay? Same thing. Lower down the sustain. Add a sine wave. Turn on the filter. Make it 24 dB. If I'm moving too fast, I apologize. This green tea is getting to me, all right? So, oscillators 1 and 2, going through the same filter. Make a second envelope, make it a little bit shorter. Pull it over. There we go. All right. And the reason why I do this is because I like my notes to hang on a little bit longer, but I like a little bit snappier envelope. So as you can see, envelope 2 is like half the decay length of envelope 1. Envelope 1's sitting at a half second as the decay. Envelope 2 is like half that, okay? Sounds good to me. Next, we're gonna take an LFO and we're going to put it on sync mode. And we're gonna put it on 8/1 and drag it over to the filter. Okay, cool. All right, we in business, fam. All right, so we already set up the sequence. We already set up Vital. You ready for the big reveal? I love producing in the dark, meaning I haven't hit one note yet. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, we're gonna add some delay, add some reverb, lower down the amount. we're going to turn down the gain, and we're going to turn on Vital now. You hear that? Uh-huh. That's called, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Just kidding. All right, cool. Martin's in the house. What's up, man? Martin Sturzer. We got a big concert coming up tomorrow, so go ahead and check out Martin's at-home concert. I think it's number 58 or 59. We got a big event coming on tomorrow, so make sure to go subscribe to Martin's channel and check out his home concert being debuted tomorrow. Will this be available for later viewing? Yes, this will be available for later viewing. I am gonna start a subscription program here on YouTube though. I think I'm gonna do like a masterclass subscription so you can catch it live, but the replays will be part of a club. That's my plan. So we're in the good days now. We're in the good days. Y'all are getting free masterclasses. But if you want the project file, you want the presets, check it out on Patreon. All right. Jack W, give Neptune a rub for us. Neptune is spelled N-E-P-T-U-N. There's no E in Neptune. Just FYI. I love that. I love that. All right, so this is sequence 1. Like I said, multiple sequences. When you listen to my music, when you listen to Martin's music, listen to Ascendant, you listen to Don's music, whatever it is, the sequences flow in and out. They have a gentle way of just kind of caressing each other and just sort of, you know, they're like two airplanes flying on the same path, but one is flying at one altitude, one's flying on the other. Does that make sense? So what we've done here is we've created this, and like I said, the stepping trick really works. Like having a randomized octave chance is really cool because you kind of get a consistent sequence, but then there's that ever so slight chance that it's going to be a little bit different. One thing we did not do is we did not add velocity to the filter. So come over here and drag velocity over to the filter, and that randomized velocity really starts to make itself known. Right? Simple. That's good stuff. Give yourself the right delay, right reverb, you're in business. And as a matter of fact, the delay level is actually crucially important. So how much of that send delay is gonna dictate how many repeats you get, and it's gonna dictate how much the effect is like almost psychoacoustic. Because if I turn the delay down, that's all we got, right? But if I turn the delay up again, you feel the vibe, right? It's much better. It's much more, you know, in tune. Where did my chat go, by the way? I was supposed to have a chat up on the screen. Oh well. Oh well. Not today. Okay. Let's call this sequence 1. All right. And now let's create a second sequence. But before we do that, let's go ahead and add some of these notes in here, all right? So let's come over to, say, bar 17, and that's where this is gonna start. And we'll come over here and we'll say, all right, 16 bars of that, yes, please, okay? And notice that it's kind of randomized. You see that one little note right there? That one little note, you see that? That means it's random. And guess what? I can do it again, and it's gonna be different. So notice, look at, I got 3 notes right there. That is real-time math. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, and we'll do one more, kind of round ourselves out. And by that point, you know, no one's really checking if you're like, you know, repeating yourself at that point. Cool. All right, sounding good, looking good. Let's continue, okay? Let me save this. Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't save it. All right, so what do we call this? We call this Ambient Sign. No, we call it Signs Ambient Track Tutorial 01 Sequence. Sequence. Let's call this Sequence 1. Boom. Sequence. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. All right, good to go. Okay, cool. Let's do a second one. But this one, we're gonna do a little bit different. This one, we're gonna do a little bit different. This one's gonna be lower in register. Notice I played this one all the way up at, what was it at? B3, okay? I played that one at B3. Now let's go down a little bit. Let's go down. Let's go down a little bit. All right. Shift octave. Okay. Over here on the LFO, what you're gonna want to do is hit the paintbrush and make some envelopes right here. Make some envelopes. All right. Click off the paintbrush, hold the shift down, and adjust your little tails right here. You see that? Cool. All right. So we just randomly kind of made like a little LFO shape. That can be your volume envelopes. All right. So what I did was I turned the level down on the oscillator, I drag it over, and bingo. Turn on the filter, take the same LFO, and bingo, drag it over to the LFO. All right. Cool. Now, because the speed is everything here. So if it was at 1/1 and we had 8 notes across, what is that? 8 notes. But because it's at half and it's 8 notes across, that's 8 times 2, which is 16th notes. We're doing math here on Signs of Life, right? Okay, so what I have here is I have a 16th note sequence based on this LFO, and if I press a key down, it's a little bit faster. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you have to understand that like the math here lines up, right? You got your dotted 8th note thing going on here, okay? It all matters, right? It's very important that you get the math right, okay? I'm just gonna let you guys know that. All right. Cool. Now let's go back to our sequence. You can hear that's gonna fit in. I like that, I like that. Let's put another note back here. Let's put another note down here. Same note, boom. Put a sine wave back there, or even a square wave, that might be good. You feel me? Okay. Nice, all right. A synced 4/1 envelope. Okay. Moving that filter ever so slightly. So we got an envelope motion, we got an LFO motion. We in motion. This is sound design, all right? Sound design matters. I like that. I like that a lot. You could also do some like, you know, quantization. Little movement there. You know what I'm saying? Put that on a random. Sync it up. Just a little bit extra motion, just a little bit. Now let's add some delay. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right, Control Shift M. Is Science having too much fun? Am I having too much fun? I might be. You know what? That's okay. Remember, all you have to do is hold the key you want and hit right. Boom. Bam! Bingo. All right, notice I'm just composing in like, 64 bars. Like I'm not worried about the arrangement yet because we're teaching now. We're doing a tutorial here. All right. Let me check in with you guys. The Phobos Moon, Rossendale Valley. Yeah. Yeah, boom. I'm glad you guys are here, y'all. 101 people in the house. Shout out to my 99% and our 1% ladies. So we've got something going here, all right? We definitely got something going. So we have our bass drone layer, bass layer, sequence 1, sequence 2. We in business, fam, we in business. Let's look at let's go back to the tutorial. Let's look at our frequencies, all right? So we don't have to like second guess ourselves. I always teach the pink noise thing, having a full spectrum of audio, right? Let's change the color here. And as you can see, those are some nice healthy levels, right? When that sort of pad layer kind of comes up, doesn't take over too much here. We got that bass layer here with a little bit of movement. You can see it's kind of moving up and down here. Sequence 1 is around this zone. Sequence 2 is right over here. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of thing you want to look for, all right? I put a span plugin, which is a free plugin on the master fader, so I can visually see all these different frequencies, right? And as the LFOs move, frequencies come in, frequencies come out, okay? I had a big important LFO on this one right here. Let's go ahead and save this preset. Space Ambient. '01. Okay, boom, sequence. Woo! Patreon, boom. All right. Ooh, you hear that when it hits that high note? That's so good. That is so nice. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Let's rename this sequence 2. Now we need like something kind of like a lead, you know? like something like a no. And this is the part where I kind of like, I let my mind dictate what comes next. I let my imagination figure out and this is why I laid down the entire foundation. This is why we got to this point. We got to this point because I wanted to show you that it's all about building up structure. We used to call this musical architecture, right? Musical architecture. So you lay down the foundation first. You don't start with the windows. You don't start with the roof. You start with the foundation. You lay down the foundation first and you start laying in parts after that. So think about each part as an interlocking piece into your entire track. That's why I start with foundational stuff, because you build upon that foundation. You don't build from the outside in, you build from the inside out, okay? Because this is just like, right now I'm like at 4 layers here, like this is just like sketch material. This is like, okay, cool, I got something going, like, How do things flow in and out? How does the arrangement go? That is still yet to be determined. But the point is if you guys can get started, then you can take it in any direction that you want to. And that's really one of the main points of this video is like, build your foundation, build yourself up, then get into the details. And that details is sometimes your own personal process. Okay? I'm feeling that. So let's make that. Let's make that part. All right? Let's do that aha moment. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean, Signs. I see what you mean. Yeah, man. You one of those cool cats, bro. You can do that vital thing. I'm gonna keep singing that until I make it. Yep. That's it. Yeah. Let's do the trick again. There we go. All right, let's do the trick. Yeah. You thought I could? Nah. It was good right here. There we go. Ready? 1, 2. Let's pull this back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go. We got. All right, when I get excited, I start speaking like an alien language. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you know what we can do? All right, so here we go. Let's go like this, and we'll go like that, and then boom. And we'll go like, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. From voice to implementation to alien language. All the way to finished product. All right. Let's go in even deeper. Let's take this one level further. All right, let's take this one level further. This is my channel. I can do what the hell I want. All right, we'll call this lead. And we'll come back to this. I mean, we'll sequence it out, you know what I'm saying? We'll make it a little more interesting, but that was cool. That was a nice little, like, inspirational moment, you know what I'm saying? Save preset. We'll call this Signs Ambient Space. Signs Space Ambient Tutorial 01 Lead called the alien language, alien tongue. Yeah. By the way, all of these, the project file and the presets are going to be available for the Ambient presets tier and up, all right? Just so you know. All right, cool. Now let's do a lead. What is a lead? Well, a lead to me is like, kind of like a pad, but at the same time, it's a shorter pad with a shorter attack, a little bit more grit, a little bit more dirt, a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? A little more something, a little sauce, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more sauce on that, right? So 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds, probably like 3 seconds, all right? Lower the sustain down. These are very playable sounds, very playable sounds, okay? Cool. We'll take a wavetable. We'll take one of those new wavetables I released this morning on the Patreon page. And there we go. Boom. Right here. Well, this is it right here. Boom. That's that signature wavetable. Ooh, that's that signature. Yeah. Signed signature wavetable. All right. And we'll go like this. And we'll make a separate filter envelope. So for those of you who are following at home, the filter envelope is a separate envelope that allows you to move the filter on every key press, okay? So that helps with like gluing things together, with cohesion, with playability, that kind of thing. I like to do like just like a mount ambient kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of the raised peak right here. We'll put on the filter, okay? Not the drive, my bad. Put on the filter, all right? And then we need a little grit. Okay? So how we do that is we add one of those wavetables again. We'll add, say, wavetable 10, and we'll leave it out of the filter, all right? And we'll put some, you know, some squeeze on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said this is kind of saucy. So we'll sync it up. We'll put this, hold shift, drop it in, boom. Gosh, that's a time saver. That's gonna really help with Anomaly 4. All right, so boom, boom, boom. And we'll add this to the synth bus. Boom. Okay. Let's also put another little bit of motion in here. Let's add some voices of unison, lower down the detune amount. And yeah, that should be good. Did I put any motion on this harmonic stretch? Nope, didn't do that. I think this will be good. And then we'll do a little bit of, you know, this is like how I designed Anomaly. That's how I design all my presets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there we go. And then we'll put a little sample in here. We'll grab one of these samples like, let's see here. Ooh, yeah. Like that. Yeah, all these samples. Key lock it. Reverse it, pitch it up a couple octaves, lower the level down. Y'all ready for this? All right, let's hear how this sounds. Again, designing blind here. I didn't even know what it sounds like. Designing blind on Signs of Life. Take an LFO, put that on the fine pitch, lower it down a significant amount, delay the LFO by like a half second, and put it on 1/8. So what happens is when I hold a key, you get a little vibrato after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And you saw I just designed that without even listening, nothing. That's Aquarian magic right there. Oh man, I'm sold on that. That is sounding delicious. I love it, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and record that live. Let's do like a live performance here. Ready? Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Play. Oh yeah. All right. Dope. All right, we did it. Whoo. This is too much fun. Okay, let's save the preset. Sign, space, and we get tutorial 01. Lead. Another Aquarian magic. Boom. Say what you want. I am consistent. All right. Let me check in with you guys. See what's up. Dune has some amazing textures. You're right. Painting a story in Ableton. That's exactly what I'm doing. Arturia is great. Vital is fun too. Put in 90% of my stems. Vital, yep. Yep, indeed. Having fun is the most important thing when making music. Thank you, Martin Sturzer, for saying that. You know what I've been doing lately? Real talk. At night, like after I'm done, you know, making dinner and like doing the dishes and like hanging out with my family and all that, I've been practicing classical piano. And I don't come from a piano background. Like I come from a guitar background. So approaching the piano is like, you know, like Martin or Don playing guitar. Like it's a different instrument, right? So I'm coming to the piano, like, I don't know shit. But I do know shit, because I know shit, because I know how to play music, right? And I'm having so much fun. So much fun. Just like playing all these kind of like really interesting arpeggios and like drone stuff and like just playing chords and like I go sustain pedal on the whole time. I am sustain pedal on. So what I do is I hold my sustain pedal, then I power up my keyboard, and then I like, as soon as it powers up, I take off the sustain pedal, so it's just sustain pedal on the whole time. Max reverb, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's really fun. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about where we've gone and where we've been and what we've done. So we built our initial drone layer. We built the textural foundation in Wavetable to build our track upon, right? We didn't crowd the frequencies. We left that open for the lead sound because I told you, like, I'm like, if you crowd the frequencies, then you couldn't make a sound like you hear now. Like that Aquarian magic sound could not have happened had I crowded it right at the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So then we built our bass drone layer. Then we built different sequences that weave in and out. One is at 1/8, one is at 1/16, right? And then we went in with some lead sounds, okay? And finally we built that beautiful lead sound as our finishing touch. We're not done yet, but I do have a top tip for you. You ready? Boom. Space Ambient is all about subtle movement, but don't be afraid to take risks and completely remove parts and lean into a more complex arrangement, all right? Take clues from other genres and artists to build up energy, space, and other story-building elements. Somebody mentioned that in the chat, right? Building up other story-building elements. Experiment with it, have fun with it. Break new ground. That's what this season is all about, right? Trying new things, seeing what happens. You saw what we just did here live. We built, what, 7 layers? 6 layers, right? You see what I'm saying? I want to encourage you guys, if you feel like, you know, I don't have the production chops, or, this is something only the pros can do, it's not, okay? This is something that everyone can do. And I'm showing you this using relatively free tools. I'm showing you this using, you know, my own mind to create stuff so you can become inspired and try to do it on your own. We have our assemblage compilation series that happens like every other month on Discord, where you can take a shot at it. You can see, well, what, do I have the chops or not? Does my track stack up? Like, you know, you can challenge yourself. And this is free. It doesn't cost anything. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to do is build up the next generation of producers, or the producers that, even if you're not next gen, maybe you are of your current gen, but you're gonna be somebody in the future. You see what I'm saying? It's never too late to start. So if you have the confidence, it doesn't matter if you started at 20, 30, 40, or 50, or 65. You can say to yourself, I can do this. It's not something that's reserved for like, oh, like, you had to start before 2020. Like, it does not happen like that. All right? It's one of the main reasons why I do this channel. And one of the main reasons why I have so much energy into helping other people is because I truly believe that anyone can do it. So if anyone can do it, then we have a lot more people on the team. We have a lot more people on our squad. You know what I'm saying? So, we did this live. It was a Space Ambient track, live. I loved it. Let me check in with you guys while we finish up our chat here. Pad controllers is like playing guitar. I totally agree. Rob61, represent, man. APS 8R says, I learned a lot tonight. Damn, I caught the tail end again. That's okay. You can rewind. Be kind, rewind, as we used to say in the 80s. This track is only running 16% on my CPU. That's pretty good. Danny Hudson asked, do you have a tutorial on creating bus and send channels like you have for bass pads together? Yes, I do. Look on my channel. It's called Utility, the Game Changer. All right. As a final reminder, this track will be available on Patreon, all the presets and the track. And yeah, I think we're coming down to a landing here, guys. All right, you're gonna schedule a session next week. Great, glad to hear it. Look forward to seeing you. But yeah, we did this. I think that there's a lot to look forward to here. Let me paste that link. Let me paste the link to the podcast tomorrow, because you guys aren't gonna want to miss this one. Don't miss this podcast tomorrow. All right? I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna paste it, and I'm gonna paste it. You're welcome. Let me pin that. Let me pin that comment. I can get beyond the heart. Somebody say something. There we go. Boom. Pin message. All right. Go subscribe to the Harmonic Horizons YouTube channel because we are going to release a killer podcast, especially if you're just starting out. It's a great show. I go really hard on all my secrets. All right. But listen, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you guys. This channel is continuing to grow. It's my honor, it's my duty, and it's my great joy in life to be broadcasting here for you, to be leading this community towards a brighter future. I think we should all reach towards the light. Deep down inside, you know the truth is that you and I are one and the same. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what gender, race, age, you name it, we're all part of the same team, all right? So that being said, if we all are part of the same team, then we can't lose because we're building and growing together. You know what I'm saying? And this channel is kind of put it off in the corner like, oh yeah, Signs of Life, he's over in the corner over there. But I'm building with this community because I feel like we're growing the light stronger than ever, especially in the ambient space, chill ambient space. We're really growing together. We're building this community brick by brick, person by person. You know, everybody shows up and we're doing this. And it's really just, it's lighting my heart on fire. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for being here. Thank you for all your comments, all your likes, all the subscribes to this channel, and you know, all the support on Patreon too. That's what keeps this channel going, or else I'd be, I don't know, off doing something else. But this is what it's all about for me. So we finally landed, y'all. Onwards and upwards to 1 million subscribers and beyond. All right, you guys have been great. I'm gonna go get this session prepped up and I'll drop it on Patreon. Stay tuned for tomorrow's podcast. I'll see you at Martin's show tomorrow. Don't be late. And yeah. This was awesome. I loved it. Thank you, Chris. You're great. Keep doing what you do. So long, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the podcast. Enjoy this session. And yeah. I'll see you guys next week, all right? Man, I never want to leave. It's always like, you know, the curtain's gone down. I'm like, no, 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 no. Smash that like button before you leave. Smash that like button. All right, I'll get out of here. All right, listen, you guys are awesome. Thank you all so much. Take good care, and as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life, and I'll see you guys in the next one.